Good morning. In today's meditation, we meditate on the relationship between suffering and giving birth and shamanhood, how suffering and breakdown really is often a door opening to the vocation of shamanhood. And I'd like to give the example of the Navajo painter David Paladin, P-A-L-L-A-D-I-N. When he was 15, he lied about his age, joined the army, and went to Europe, the Second World War. Very shortly, he was captured by the Nazis. And instead of putting him into a regular GI camp, they put him into a concentration camp. And he was the only Native American in that entire camp. And he was there for 4 whole years. And when the Americans liberated the camp, and they found his body at the bottom of a pile of dead bodies, he weighed 62 pounds, he was comatose and paraplegic. They took him back to his reservation, and when he came out of his coma, his elders said to him, well, you have a choice. You can go to a veterans hospital for the rest of your life and you'll be in a wheelchair, or we'll try to heal you in the ancient ways. He said, let's try that ancient way. They took him, this paraplegic, to an ice cold river and threw him in over his head. He said when he hit the water, he was angry at the Nazis than he was angry at his elders, more angry at his elders than he was at the Nazis who had done this to him. Well, the truth is that it worked, that he walked after that, and he took several pilgrimages by foot from Arizona to Mexico in his lifetime. And he became a very serious artist. He met Picasso and Chagall. Chagall told him, do not paint the stories of your people, paint the dreams of your stories, of the stories of your people. He said this made all the difference. It gave him his individuality and his freedom. And toward the end of his life, he became a Unitarian minister, and he worked with the police and with prisoners. And he said that it takes as much or more creativity to stand at the door of a stranger at 2 or 3 in the morning to inform them that their loved one has been murdered than it ever takes to paint a picture. He said, I'm sick and tired of white people who tell me they're not artists. We're all artists if we can talk. Talking is an art form, translating our experiences and feelings into words. He also said this, that his elders told him that his suffering as a young man in the concentration camp was initiation into shamanhood. And this is what he says about that. Shamans know that those wounds are not theirs, but the world's. Those pains are not theirs, but Mother Earth's. You can gift the world as shaman because you are a wounded warrior. A wounded healer and a wounded warrior are one. So instead of returning pain for pain, the warrior shaman raises above his own dead body and cries out, I have died too. Now let's dance. We are free. The spirit is ours because we have died. Now we are resurrected from the ashes. That's the spirit of shamanhood as David Paladin understood it. And in so many ways, I think he is a contemporary shaman who's lived through 20th century history in a very painful way. But I think he's really saying something to us today about our capacity to rise from the ashes and to, as he says, resurrect. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow.